Every week. Well,
Hearts over everything, baby.
hey,
What did I say last week? Hearts gang.
Fuck, I hate you.
Definitely not.
Definitely.
So this is something I was looking up. So the definition of virtue signaling: the action or practice of publicly expressing opinions or sentiments intended to demonstrate one's good character or the moral correctness of one's position on a particular issue. So I was reflecting on this a little bit. As this is all new to us, we're all new to speaking into a microphone, putting it out into the universe. And I think we're all pretty good-natured people, and I think we have a lot of similar views. But I know for me personally, I was reflecting on this, and I was like, damn, am I virtue signaling, bro? And I was just trying to figure it out, because I was listening to another podcast and someone brought that up. And I always want to say the right thing, you know what I mean? And I want to start making a concerted effort personally to not say the right thing because I think that's what's the right thing to say, but saying whatever is true and authentic to myself. So that's something that I was thinking about, because I'm I've never spoken into a microphone and put it out in the universe, and I don't want to. I want to make sure that I'm being authentic. I'm not playing to the masses.
I definitely understand that sentiment, and I said, I've made a commitment to myself to be okay, this is free speech, right? This is, and I have opinions that are not necessarily popular, but I actually thought about the podcast with Travis, the idea of there's these headlines like toxic masculinity. That's a virtue that people are always jumping on. But for me, you guys have watched me be toxically masculine. You know what I mean? So it's easy for me to talk about that and acknowledge that it's real because I've done it. And I'm not the only fucking dude who has done that. In regards to, acceptance and for me, racial topics, that's another one that people virtue signal, being woke. I never use that term. Real people who are about it don't use the word woke. It's only that's virtue signaling. We don't really say that. And number two, if it's a real experience, and I only speak on that because of real experience. So if you don't agree, if you think it's the right thing to say, then and don't actually believe it, then don't say it, because you're being disingenuous.
I think I don't think I do that, but I was just reflecting on it, because it's for the most part I'm speaking from the heart, but when I go back and I listen to one of the episodes, and I was damn, I got dropped some bars, but then I'm thinking am I, it's just a confusing thing because it's new,
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the guy who's trying to virtue signal,
Definitely. I think as we continue to be more comfortable and continue to, garnish more following, and then we can, truly dive deep and be 100% ourselves. Because there's things that people say that we grew up saying, and jokes that we make personally that I would never at this point put on a microphone, but I think they're funny, and everybody who knows me knows they're just jokes. We'll get to that space, but right now I want to make sure, while people are actually getting to know us, because that's what's happening right now, we're introducing ourselves to people. I want to speak from a place of unity and love and bring people together that way, upon a common struggle, whether that be a diversity struggle or a depression struggle or mental health or addiction or masculinity or whatever that struggle may be. I want to bring people towards that. And then as people know that that's our foundation, that's where we're coming from, then we can start being fucking assholes. Then we can, but it already creeps in. But you get what I'm saying? But I want people to know that that's the intention. The basis is coming from a place of love. But if I made the jokes that I make to you guys on this microphone, people would think I'm a fucking monster. You know what I mean? People would think I'm an asshole because they don't know who we are. But we know you get what I'm saying? So in the beginning, we're finding that's how I explain it to people. On social media, on podcasts, we're finding our voices. Comedians do it as well. You hear comedians talk to other comedians. In the beginning, you do what you see other people doing. Until you do that for a little bit, and then you're okay, I want to be my own person and have my own, identity on here. So it comes with time, right? But don't be fake, because then that's defeating. I'm not saying you are, but that's defeating the purpose of what we're doing.
I think it goes into what somebody told me, or what I heard was if you're giving somebody advice, or if you're trying to help somebody, if it really truly does come from the heart, and you don't leave that conversation with like, oh, I don't think I should have said that, or I should have said this better, or this better, or this better. If there's like complete peace and comfort with what you just said, then it's 99% of the time probably just genuine.
Fuck
So if
yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
so if
All
you're,
the time.
you know, so sorry for my voice. I'm fucking sick this week, guys.
He's got
And
AIDS.
Eric won't let me take a day off because he fucking hates me.
My job is to push you as your friend.
And so yeah, if like, you know, you're dropping bars and you're at peace with the bars you just dropped, then you're doing good, you know.
Dude, I'm at peace.
No, dude,
Whatever. You get what I'm saying, though, right?
there's
Yeah.
definitely a responsibility.
It's something I just wanted to like
Yeah.
be conscious of and bring it to you guys.
I thought that.
You know?
I was talking to Brittany about it today, and she was like, I really liked the episode with Travis. And I said, I actually said this a couple hours ago. I said I didn't like the idea of talking about toxic masculinity, and I'm saying that in quotes if you're listening, because it's
Bandwagon.
it's clickbait. It's clickbait. But like I said, you guys know me. You've seen me be misogynist, be selfish, be aggressive. You've seen what that looks like. And Travis told his genuine story.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
think we've all experienced it.
that's some toxic ass shit. Yeah. So it's not like we're talking of like we're not virtue signaling. This is our lives, bro. This is who we are as people. So there's topics that, like, speaking about race on a podcast, that's not speaking about some other shit that we don't know about. That's something everyone in this room has experienced in some form. That's just our experience. So that's our responsibility, is to genuinely express our experience. Once we start like placating and like trying to get clicks and shit, then we lost our shit. Then we need to just stop doing it, because we're doing it for the wrong reason.
My sister
I think it's a
heard.
good way to put it.
Yeah, so my sister heard that episode. That was one that her and I got to talk about, and one thing she said that really struck me is like in a positive way was that she was like she was really glad she listened to it, because it's like we put terms to the things or to the feelings that she had thought or gone through, or that we have gone through, we've experienced, and we've seen throughout our lives. Like the toxic masculinity was one, which isn't a new thing, but like when we were talking about like our generational trauma and those kinds of things, like those were things that she can, like, people can now put a name to those certain things, or those things that we've all gone through. So it's a good, I mean, you know, if we're like what you said, if we're doing it like we're beating a dead horse at this point, or if we're being genuine about it, then that's our responsibility.
Yeah,
I think, right?
And that's where it's necessary. Like for me, I live a full life, and then I like that actually we only speak to each other briefly throughout the week. You know, we maybe text here. Me and Jesse may talk here. Me and Benny talk a couple of days a week. Travis doesn't answer his goddamn phone for anybody.
Yeah,
I'll talk to him once every. You know, he
Get a text like
and then he'll call you, and he'll call you twice in a row. I'm like, oh, okay. He guess he wants to fucking talk.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy. But
Not me, bro.
I'm just playing. No, but I think, you know, for us, it's we come on here and we have to live full lives, and then we're only reporting what we're experiencing in real time. That's what we're doing. We're just like, you know, here's what's going on. Here's what I experienced this week. If for me, I talk about being gross sometimes and being like a shitty version of myself. When you have kids and shit, all that protective image that we think we have, that we don't even realize we're putting up, they see the shittiest version of it. And I bring that, and I'll talk about that on here. And it's my responsibility to live my life fully and then express it. And that's what people aren't doing. I think that's the space we fill is Instagram doesn't do this. Everybody's on Instagram posting a photo and saying, here's my life right here in this one photo, and it gets 10,000 likes. No, here's my life right here's our lives right here for an hour. Here's what we're experiencing, the cool stuff and the shitty stuff. And that's our responsibility, to be like, honest with that. At least that's the vision I've always seen in this space.
I agree. So last week, Travis set up a really cool intention for us and a little challenge. So I have to fess up. I did not send video acknowledgments to anybody. But his word was connection. And I did reach out to like my family, who, you know, I've been making concerted effort to be more connected with. I did go to some events this weekend, which I felt really connected, but I want to hear how Travis's his acknowledgement videos went.
Yeah, for sure, man. And And are you committed to doing them?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that I'm gonna do, like as just
Yeah, bro.
a cool
Honestly,
thing to do.
it feels really
By
good.
next week, 3?
I could
Did I
do
send
that.
you guys
There
them?
we go.
Did I send
Yeah.
you guys them?
Hell no.
No,
Oh,
no.
sorry.
My experience was good, man. One of my best friend's little brothers just graduated from high school, so I like got to send him an acknowledgement. And I know I spent time with him and tried to be a role model because I was a bad role model for him. So I'm trying to like right my wrong through being a good role model for him. And he's like sent me texts. He's young, and he like sends me texts like, "Hey, this might sound weird, but I'm really grateful for like the insight you gave me." He's like, "I'm really grateful for being a positive role model in my life." And I was like, "That's weird, man." You know, like that's super weird. So I sent him one. I still haven't looked at the response because it's a text.
Why don't you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know, man. I'm really bad.
You're a grown up.
I know. I'm bad.
Nowhere else in the world can you, in any other setting, can you just not pay attention to that? That's crazy. Get your life together.
Yeah, I'm committed to reading text from now on. No, I'm not. But yeah, it was really, really cool to just shout him out and like tell him I love him and that I'm proud of him and that, you know, all the good things I see in him. It's uncomfortable for me. And I did one for my grandma and I did one for one of my friends, and it's really cool, man. It's cool to get out of your comfort zone. And I'm still not comfortable out of my comfort zone, but it's cool to like take the action to get out of it. And it's cool to tell people what they mean to me because you don't know. Like everyone's always like, you never know, like when you're gonna lose them or whatever. But it's really, really
it's
true.
fucking true,
it's
dude.
super true.
It's so fucking true.
So it's really cool to tell people. How about you, Eric? I know you did
I
it.
did 6.
Boom.
Overachiever.
No, not even.
I'm just
no,
fucking with you, dude.
Oh, sorry. Because honestly, I was listening to someone speak, and I'm trying to. I want to be a leader. You know, I want to lead my family. I want to.
You are a leader.
Thank you. But that's where like and my job, if I'm going to be a leader, is to affirm, not to direct or to delegate. It's just to be like, here, let me put power on each person and affirm my friends and family. So I reached out to my siblings and sent them one because we talk. We have a group text. We talk like every day, every other day, but I haven't seen their faces in months, you know? So I thought that was cool. So I sent them one. I sent to Zach, you guys know, I sent one to Zach, sent one to my grandmother today, sent one to both my parents today, you know, cause I'm only able to do any of the things that I'm able to do is because of there's 10 people in my life who are just always never giving up on me and believing in me. And those people I need to, I was doing a meditation on Sunday and a loving kindness. I sent you guys text messages and I was just thinking about the people in my life that I love. And it's like, here, let me shoot this to them. And I genuinely believe that because at the end of the meditation, it says, everything you just wish for everybody else, you wish that for yourself. And I want all of us to be happy. So, I really took that to heart to like, go outward, and really affirm people.
Was it uncomfortable for you? I mean, like, because I didn't do my parents because that just sounds uncomfortable for me, like scary. Did anything come up for you that you didn't expect to come up for you?
No, honestly, doing podcasting for the past couple of months and making videos on social media, now I'm way more comfortable in front of a microphone. And for those videos, they don't have to be polished. It's 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It's like, hey, I even said, my friends and I, we challenge each other to connect with people. And I just want to tell you, we love you and we appreciate you. That's all I said. It's just,
I want to acknowledge you for stepping up and starting to do those videos, like those like daily videos on Instagram. Because I remember when we first started this shit, and I was telling you, bro, you got to get on Insta and like drop some bars and like do some videos. You're like, yo, I fucking hate doing being in front of a camera. And now look at you, bro. You're fucking out there, dude. It's fucking awesome to see.
And I appreciate that. And so Instagram is weird. Instagram is very weird because you observe and you see like things getting a lot of attention that are like, wow, what the fuck, that girl hooking. I'm gonna describe this video. She's laying on a bed, she takes one leg, lifts it up over her other leg, and then puts her leg back down. 20,000 racks, bro. You know what I mean? And that's content. And that's, so for me, I have to understand, like, if I'm gonna put something genuine into the world, it doesn't matter how many people see it. I'm speaking something that is genuinely helping people. And people text me people from home and people who have, you know, programmed people all from all different places, and they say you inspire me to keep doing what you're doing. I love your message, and I don't get a ton of engagement, but it really touches people who do see it. So that and if I'm doing it for likes, if we're doing this for the external thing, we're fucking up. I'm fucking up if I'm making videos to get thousands of likes. Of course, that's better. The more engagement, the better more people I can help. But if I have that in my mind, like I want this to go viral, and then I'm a lame, bro. That's lame as fuck. So I just gotta keep putting positive energy out. That's all I want to do. You know, if it's some divisive shit or some polarizing shit, I'm good on that.
Well, it's easier that way too, I feel like, and we expend less energy over time and just putting positivity versus putting negativity and then having to deal with like the blowback from the negativity, and then it's renting up mental space.
I actually had a friend of mine posted about, because you know he's a life coach, an ontological life coach. He's actually coming on the Hearts and Minds podcast, I think this Sunday. But
when's that drop?
That's gonna that we're backed up, so that'll drop in like 2 weeks. But and if you want to come join, we can ask him questions.
We're not backed up. We're not back.
We
bank our episodes.
We have banked episodes. But
dude, you got to stop hitting that mic stand.
Anyway, no, we haven't backed up. I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say, man.
Ontological.
Oh yeah,
guy,
he was.
coach.
He was talking about negativity and people who are like outwardly positive and, you know, spiritually overachievers, and how we're avoiding pain. And I here's my philosophy on it: is I don't have time anymore to feel like shit. I've wasted decades of my life feeling like shit. And it was actually his opinion is like, yeah, like that's cool, you wasted that time, but he's like, if you never address your sadness that from all this stuff you experience in life, you're never going to be able to reach your goals and which I don't appreciate that, because there's plenty of people who are reaching their goals without doing that. So that's a very broad generalization, and it's almost irresponsible, but I get where he's coming from. I forgot my fucking point, but
about positivity and negativity.
My for me it's I have to be, because I've lived, and this goes right into the topic today, because I've been both people. I've been a destructive person, and I know. So Eric is two things. Eric is destructive. All the things I did when I was using, that was me. Those, you know, some people say like, in the beginning I copped out and said I was on drugs, you know, and it was very shitty the way I like made amends to people early, because I was like, I took responsibility, but I knew, I was like, that's not me. That's not something I would do. It only took me doing shitty things without drugs in my system to realize, oh, it has nothing to do with it. I'm just an asshole. But I'm capable of all those fucked up things, but I'm also capable of all the good things. We're everything and nothing at the same time. That's the experience where, you know, Brian Callen is a comedian I really enjoy. He says, we're not nouns. We're not one fixed thing. Eric is not just this. I'm a verb. I'm flowing, becoming, moving. I'm you know what I mean? I have to understand that about myself, that I'm shitty. I'm shitty, equally shitty. And it's what part of me am I nurturing? That's what comes back to my point. You know, for being sad and having a hard time in life, I don't want to nurture it anymore. That doesn't mean I don't want to face it, but what I choose, the part of myself I choose to nurture today is only positive, because there's no time to waste in this very short life to feel like dog shit. It got me nothing. It got me nowhere. It actually led me to a cycle of more dog shit, and I actually just proved to myself the things I thought about myself, you know, with the negative thinking. So now thinking positive and keeping my mind, you know, moving forward, even when I feel like shit, allow myself to feel like shit and then come up and figure out a solution, how to move into the next phase, that keeps me positive. And I think, well, that's the way I have to do it now. That may not be, at some point, I'm sure I'll have to face some sort of, you know, mourning of you know, of some of the things I've done in life. I'm sure I'll have to face it at some point, but now I put all of my energy to trying to be the best version of myself, because I have been so shitty, and it hurt other people and then hurt myself, and I couldn't leave my fucking house, you know? So I don't know, dude.
Yeah, duality, bro.
Yeah.
The good and the bad. So I'm still reading this book, dude. It's taking me forever. It's The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. It's so dense, dude. And I was listening to the Joe and Naval.
Yo,
Dude.
that podcast,
My brain, my mind was just blown for like 2 hours.
So there's podcasts are like reading. It's like a book. You have to sometimes when they're really dense with information, you gotta listen to it again. And that's a podcast that
I'm listening to like 6 more times.
Some of the things.
What's it about?
He's an entrepreneur, but he's a philosopher.
Well, so
he's a philosopher.
I don't want to get too much into that. You guys should all go listen right now if you have time to the Joe Rogan Naval. I don't know his last name, but it's fucking amazing. It was a recent one, but so one of the things he talked about was that when he reads one page.
Yeah.
He closes the book and he like processes what he just read.
Yeah.
And this is that type of book, this Laws of Human Nature. Is like that type of book where it's so dense that you read one page, you could think about it for like a full day.
Yeah, dude. And also he has at any moment, he has tons of books open at a time, which I used to read like that as well. Like I'll have 3 books I'm reading at the same time, but then I would say I need to finish this book and then I wouldn't finish any of them. So, but what he does is he's like at any moment he turns on an ebook or what's called he'll have an audiobook playing and he'll listen for a little bit and he's like I'm not reading to finish books. I think people do that. They say I read this book and it's like, nah, dude, you don't have to read that book for the prowess. You read it, you get the information, you process that information, and because you're interested, and then you may be interested in something else another time, and that makes way more sense because there's so many books that I want to look into, but I don't want to read the whole fucking book. I just want to hear some interesting stuff. And if I'm compelled to read the whole book, if I'm pulled to, then I fucking will, but man, that guy dropped bars.
Yeah. The reason that I brought that up is because so the Laws of Human Nature is talking about human nature. And I feel like that kind of plays into duality because I mean, just for me, like in my daily experience, like I can meditate in the morning and feel so spiritual, and then like literally on my drive to work I like want to like violently assault someone on the road, and it's like, and then I realized like this is a part of me, whether or not I enjoy being in that like headspace. It's like to like figure out the duality between, it's like I can be this spiritual person, but I could also have these feelings of like anger or resentment or whatever, and it's like, how do we like deal with those things? These are like human nature of just being all these things.
And you can watch your mind at any point. So we have, for me, it's that moment of the time of meditation where it's actual reflection, and that's like the spiritual person. I'm choosing that intention, like this is who I want to be. I'm like floating out of my house, like, and then some shit happens, but then I want to be watching my mind all the time. And the meditative part about watching your mind is saying, I have this murderous thoughts, but just be with that and don't judge that. And that's in mindfulness practice, non-judgment. DBT practice, they talk about, the non-judgmental mind where you have thoughts. Like in DBT with addicts in treatment, they talk about you have feelings where you want to use. You don't judge those feelings. You don't call yourself a piece of shit for it. You don't, punish yourself for it, because that's empowering that negative experience, that negative thought. So for me, it's like acknowledging that I'm shitty and just being in that shitty space and trying to move on next and let it like float through, instead of being like, I'm a piece of shit, because that's a story that like you might not tell, but that's a story that I've told myself, and that has perpetuated the actions because I would feel like shit and I would just do things that shitty people did.
Now, do you think the duality has anything to do with writing off like you being an asshole, or is it the goal of lessening that and increasing the good side?
That's the goal. I work so hard nurturing the good side because I know exactly what I'm capable of. I know and it has nothing to do with anything exterior. That's who I am. I'm both of those people. I'm the dude who, will, curse somebody out on the street, and I'm also the dude who rocks his kid to bed at night. I'm both of those people. But who do I want to focus? What part of me do I want to focus on? And that's where all of my energy goes in this life. It's to being the best dad, to being a good friend, to being a good son, to being a good partner. That's where my energy goes, because I know exactly how shitty of a parent I could be, how shitty of a partner I can be. I can be a shitty friend, and it feels like shit, not only for me, but it's destructive for the people around me. So.
Yeah, it goes to which, like what you said, like which part am I going to nurture? Because there's that. I think I heard it in treatment, or like that story of like that Native American proverb of like each person has two wolves, right? That duality of the two wolves, like the peaceful wolf and the what's it called, like whatever, like a murderous wolf or whatever, right? And whichever one you choose to feed then like will eventually take over the other wolf, and that's the one that rules your domain, or whatever. And I think because that was hard for me to get over, right? Of like the thoughts that come into my mind is who I am. Yeah. But your thoughts they're just thoughts. They're not really anything, right? They just are what they are. And it was like a hard thing to get over, of like, especially when you're like in rehab and everything's so raw and you're just like, oh, I want to get high. And it's like, I'm never ever gonna stay sober or everything, right? Like that's a battle.
That black and white thing.
Yeah. So
sometimes it's so hard to feed the right wolf, though.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. And you know what's fucked up?
Because honestly, because you feed the wolf that gives off that anger, and sometimes that feels
and good. Sometimes it feels good, and sometimes doing the wrong, like doing the hedonist thing, like the money and the girls, and that feels good for a minute. But I always talk about it. I'm so grateful that I realized that only lasts for a minute. Yeah. And so there's parts of me that's still tempted to be like, oh, that's fun over there. But then I feel like, oh, I'm not even gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna feel a good feeling for 2 seconds, then I'm gonna regret what I'm doing. And now I'm in that destructive cycle mentally, because I'm either lying, I'm doing things selfishly. Now I'm feeding that motherfucker because I've already started digging the hole. Now I already feel like shit. Might as well keep going at that point. Man, sometimes it's hard to do the right thing. And someone told me that when I first got sober. He's like, Eric, your first thought's wrong, bro. I was like, nah, dude. He's like, your second thought's wrong. He's like, your fifth thought, call me at that one. I was like, oh, word, dude, that's fucked up. But he's 100% right, man. I was just talking to another friend of mine about it on Sunday. I wish I was my girl, she's one of those people that she does the right thing, man. Like if you ask her leave her alone in the room, and she does the right thing. I'll do the right thing, but I gotta think about it. You know what I mean? I gotta be like, yeah.
That's what I say all the time. I'm so jealous. My wife is the same way.
It's like, why are you so good?
She's just intrinsic. Like that's just who she is. I remember like a few years ago, she was having like some sort of pain somewhere. And I was a fucking pill eater, so I was like, "Hey, I got these Vicodins." I was like, "Do you want like some of these Vicodins?" I was like, "Do you want like a Vicodin or something?" She's like, "No, that's not my prescription. I can't take that." And I was like, "Dude, they're just fucking pills. Like, just take a pill." And she's like, "No, that's your prescription."
Yeah.
Like it's. I don't know what that was like. I mean, I'm like working on it, obviously, right?
Well, yeah,
but like that thought process like doesn't come to me naturally.
Yeah, I think that's and that's what I've always been that way. And that's what made it very easy to choose substances and choose that life. By the time I was able to make a rational decision, like I think 12 and 13 is when the lights turn on and you're like, oh, I can do stuff and I can choose to do stuff. Before that, everyone's telling you, orchestrating your life. But the first decision I was able to make was like, should I smoke this weed? I was like, oh, fuck, 100% yes. Why would I not? You want to ditch school? Yeah, why would I even go to school ever again? And I just, that's the way my brain worked. And it was interesting because when I stopped using, I would tell people, I feel like I'm lying and it's confusing because I was like, I don't know who I am. I didn't know because I spent all this time doing this. I felt like I was being a fake person. I was like, this is not who I am. And people would tell me like, my partner, my girlfriend at the time was like, hey, you're a good dude. Why do you think this way? I was like, because I haven't proven that I spent a decade of my life doing the wrong thing. So I had to over years nurture that good person. Now I believe that I'm genuinely a good person. I believe that I have a good heart. I believe I'm, well-natured. I believe that now. But when I first started this life, this second life, I was like, fuck, man, who am I actually? All the evidence suggests I'm that motherfucker over there. I don't know, dude. Got no answers.
So what do you do to nurture the good part then? Like what's your solution?
Well, it has to start with going internal. That's the foundation of everything I do right now, is finding some sort of contentment within myself. And to start my day that way, people argued with me and told me to do it, and I just wouldn't do it. But when I set my foundation there with a positive intention, it just makes me perform better everywhere else in my life. And when days where I don't do that and take some time to set a true intention for myself, it reflects. And I'm short. But like to start the day and be like, okay, this is who I want to be. I talk about that in my book. Set a being intention. I want to be compassionate today, because we get to choose. You know what I mean? Like that's I talk about subconscious programming a lot of the time, and that's, you know, waking up and just hopping out of bed, and I'm just whoever the fuck got out of this bed this morning, just being that person. You know, like, dude, I got to take time and say, yo, I want to be a good father today. That's who I want to be. I want to be compassionate. I want to be, empathetic. I want to be strong. I want to be positive. I tell myself that in the morning, and of course we fall short of that. But if I don't start my day telling myself that, again, my first thought's wrong. I'm going to be selfish.
And I like that you said, you know, we get to decide who we want to be. And one of the most life-altering things, okay, definitely not one of the most life-altering things, but someone told me something that like really changed me one time. They said, the past doesn't decide your future, even 30 seconds ago. And I'm like, damn, because I'm always thinking, yeah, you're right, the past doesn't dictate my future. Like 10 years ago does not dictate who I am today. And then it's like 30 seconds ago. Like, I don't think about it that way. Like, if I'm an asshole to someone while I'm driving, I'm an asshole to that guy. And like, I'm not going to, that's it. It's done. But instead of like pulling up and being like doing like the I'm sorry wave, you know? Like,
yeah. Sometimes I just dig my heels and I'm like, nope.
It's so hard to think that way. Like throughout your day, you set your attention in the morning. That does not mean I'm going to be that person throughout the day.
No.
Like I'm going to continuously need to redirect my ways of being to be that person again. But for me to really understand that the past doesn't dictate my future, even 30 seconds ago, is crazy, because I have a lot of opportunities at work to be an asshole to someone. And for me to shift that and to not be that anymore is crazy, because it's really hard to be like, if I'm an asshole to you, to not just continue being an asshole to you until our interaction is over. But to shift that immediately, that's hard, dude.
It's hard, man. It's hard, but it's if I'm not writing myself constantly, then I think of it like a scale, right? Like I got all this good shit on this scale, and the scale is like not balanced. It's the more good shit is going on over here. But when I'm an asshole and I continue to add fucking pebbles to that side of the scale, before you know it, it's tipped all the way to the negative side, and that's who I am. You know, if I don't, wipe that shit off and say, here, I'm gonna, make a conscious decision to be something different in this moment. And I very often fail. Very often, we're young parents, dude. We're young, and fuck, man. Sometimes I suck. Between, go ahead.
I was just about to ask. Like,
he's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No. I was just about to ask. Nah, Eric's a good dad. He really is.
I try.
Because I was about to ask, like, like 11:30 hits. Your coffee's worn off. You're a little hungry. That intention is kind of in the back of your mind, and you start shifting. Like
sometimes it doesn't even take till 11:30, bro.
No. So my question is like, we can walk out the house with our intention, with our goodwill, our good intentions, or whatever we want, but like. So like as human beings, like what do we do?
Man, I think
what do we do? Like, is it that same mindfulness? Like, because I'm trying to bring it into like a practical solution. Just
separate yourself.
Yeah. So is that what you do?
That's what I
separate.
That's what I need to do. I don't do it.
I mean,
I don't always do it.
Well, I've heard you say on other podcasts, we just have to be 1% better. Like
That's
every
it.
day, 1% better. Because for me, it's just like you're saying, Benny. I need to have the solution and be good today.
Yeah, and that's
Tell me how to do it immediately.
And that's why people walk out on their kids, man. A lot of people feel regret of the way mistakes they made with their children. And they say, my kids would be better off without me. Or they think there's no coming back. They think in their relationship there's no coming back. And it's that black and white thinking again. Separating yourself. I think that when you have kids when you're in an intimate relationship, living with someone, sharing all your space, intimate, they see the good part of you. You guys see the good parts of me, but when they see me with a 2-year-old yelling and pulling stuff off the table and just wreck it, they see that version of me dealing with that, which is not the best version of me. But separating yourself and saying, I need a timeout, and letting her do the same thing. and saying, okay, it's because that's really what this parenting thing is all right, let me tag you in, give me a couple minutes. Then I put him down for a nap. You go do your thing for a couple hours. He's napping, chill, don't worry about anything. I got the house. And tagging each other in and out, that's for me. Because if I don't separate myself, then I'm annoyed. I got this scratch on me. I'm annoyed. Then I'm starting to be short with my son. Stop it. Fuck, man. Here we go. Now, if I don't move myself and like call Jesse, I call Jesse during the week. I call Benny during the week, when I'm in it. And that's important for me too, to call other people. Me in my own head, I'm outnumbered. And I think, my brain starts, telling lies on me. So.
And with your point of the, it's 11:30, your coffee's wearing off, you're getting hungry, you're leaving the house, the intention's out of your mind. Like, I think if you keep your intention in your mind for 15 minutes more every day, fucking in a month, you'll have that motherfucker in there all day. Like,
yeah, I like what you mentioned about like just being a little bit better. It's like, I think being compassionate with ourselves when we fall short, because we will inevitably fall short on the daily. But I mean, progress has always been slow in every aspect of life, And like, it's like,
sucks.
Yeah, it just takes a long time. Like, there's no overnight fucking success. There's no overnight fucking solution.
Society gives us that, perception.
Well,
people
I think
oh, fuck, man.
I think for us especially, I think we have a certain we have something to base it against because we lived our whole lives on impulse and like we need it now. We need it now. So now that we're slowly removed ourselves from that thought process enough that we can see when we're like falling back into it, it's like, I want it now. And dude, even if it's like 0.5% better, even if you do a half a push-up extra that day, even if you just, walk 5 more minutes with your dog, whatever the fuck it is, that's what progress is. That's what being a human is,
And for me, with the intention aspect of one thing that's been powerful for me for getting better and holding myself accountable, if my intention for the day is I want to be connected with people, I don't want to be a closed off asshole. That sounded so gross, dude. I want to be a wide open asshole. Like promptly making amends. Not thinking about it, not waiting on it, not let's let this blow over and I'm going to have a real casual conversation with you, but directly going to the problem and letting them know that I was wrong immediately. That is hard, dude. It's like, it's crazy to go straight up to someone, hey, I did not like the way that I just acted towards you. And I was really wrong for that. And that doesn't line up with the way that I want to be.
Yeah.
I had that happen a couple weeks ago at work.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, no, we'll be good. We'll be good. And like, no, dude, a minute went by, 2 minutes went by. And that voice, my conscience, my spirit was like, yo, dude, come on. Just you have to make it right. If I'm gonna compromise, if I'm gonna keep compromising that part of myself, it's gonna snowball into other things.
I have to clear it up. The only time, even with my partner, even when I believe I'm right, the most uncomfortable motherfucker in the room, this motherfucker that's right, and you're over there like, no, don't you know? And for me, that kills me. I don't need to be right. I don't want to be right anymore. I just want peace. So when I do the wrong thing, when I'm not being the best version of myself, I apologize to my partner. It may take a little time. But I'll be like, dude, this is just me. This is a gross part of me,
Yeah. With that part, it's the way I view it with myself is that I have a responsibility with the way I make people feel around me, right? And if I'm making people feel a certain way, whether I'm right or I'm wrong, I still need to acknowledge that the feelings that I cause other people to feel.
And I said amends. And I know, I didn't know what that word meant. And I think we're going to be saying that probably because it's all somewhat ingrained in us.
Yeah.
And that's for me, and you guys can speak into this too. For me, I said sorry a lot throughout my life, and sorry lost all meaning and all weight. And it really meant nothing because, hey, I'm sorry. And I'm going to do nothing and I'm not going to change. And I just want you to get off my back. But what an amends is, I mean, if you think about an amendment to the Constitution is a change. Mm-hmm. So if I'm just saying sorry and I'm not changing, then I'm wasting my breath and I'm wasting your time telling you I'm sorry. So for me, to make an amends is much more powerful. To tell you how I was wrong and then to make an effort to change it. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to fuck up again. That means that I'm going to fuck up again, most likely, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to tell you I was wrong again.
Yeah, we are fortunate that is ingrained in us, because when I say I apologize, I clearly express what I did wrong.
Yeah.
And I always, because I've been apologizing my entire life. You know what I mean? It just truly doesn't mean anything, especially with your partner. It's dismissive. You know, I don't want an apology from her. I don't want to apologize. I want for us to clearly articulate what we did wrong and again amend it and say. But what's difficult is what I have to remember. You know, interacting with people close to me, you guys, my partner, my family. We're going to be different people a year from now, 6 weeks from now, 6 months from now. And we have to be I have to be patient with the people. And me and Benny have talked about this. My girl and I, we're young, dude. And I have to remember we're going to be different. Like 3 years from now, we're just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna look back and be like, how stupid was that shit, dude? And that's what your 20s is. You look back and you're like, I can't believe I thought that way, you know? And so for me, I have to remember we're all growing, and hopefully we're all perpetually growing, and we're gonna be different. But in regards to apologizing, it just doesn't mean anything. So it's like, how can we work on this? And again, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it again, because I very well probably will do it again. I probably will, and I'll make amends again, you know. But it's that 1% better. Just I gotta, keep trying.
Well, just to let you guys know, I'm 30, so I actually have all the answers.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So like once you turn 30, you just get all the answers.
Sick.
Like you just get beam down information from the universe, and you just have all the answers. So
I'm good at staying 20 and not having the answers.
I cannot wait for this 20 shit to be over, bro.
Where they say,
why do you want to be old?
Dude, because I
want to be old.
I get better and better. Dude, I like myself more and more as I get older.
You're like this. It's not a girlfriend, it's a partner. And you're like this, I can't wait to be not 20.
Yeah, listen. No, because my life, when I was 23 and I moved to California, I had moments. I had a moment. I was on the train in New York City with the girl I was dating at the time, sober, fucking shining. You know what I mean? Made amends, thought I was feeling good, thought I was, and I said, I never thought I could be this happy. And I remember that moment, like had a true, like time stopped, Years later, had another time. A year later, had another time. I was like, whoa, what the fuck, man? I never thought I could be this happy. I've had experiences like that every single year as I get older. And they're just, my mind is blown every year. So I like getting older. It's exciting to me. This Christmas, I woke up with my 2 children sitting, opening presents, wearing matching pajamas. Like, what the fuck? I never thought it could be this good. So that's why I like getting older, because my life just gets. I told my girl that on Sunday. I said, the only thing that the thing you'll get from me is I'm going to continue to take care of myself and continue to grow. She knows that, because I do it. Like I am not lazy about getting better as a person. So I'm getting better with age. It doesn't, and it's exciting to get older.
You're like fine wine.
I am, dude, and I get the salt and pepper in. Oh fuck, bro, you better watch the fuck out.
Panty dropper. Yeah. So about getting better.
Oh,
I think we
let's go.
Let's get competitive about getting better, dude.
Okay, honestly, dude. So we're straight jacking this Joe Rogan Sober October thing, and we're not gonna wait till October. Maybe we'll do another Sober October thing.
Sober.
It was inspired by.
Yeah, I was
inspired.
I was
I'm not
inspired
gonna say
by.
we're like gonna straight up steal the.
No,
it's definitely inspired, because it's an inspiring thing.
It's an inspiring thing. So for me, I was like, I want to get in shape. I'm in decent shape now. My out of shape is not terrible. My out of shape is not terrible.
My out of shape is benching 350 pounds and squatting 600.
but I'm out of shape for me though, and I don't feel comfortable with it, and I'm lazy right now. I'm lazy. I just don't feel motivated, and I'm resting on my laurels because I still kind of look okay, and I'm like, I don't look that bad, and this stuff you tell yourself. So I was like, dude, I would love to do this with my people. And we commiserated. We had conversations about what we want it to be. Benny doesn't want it to be a weight loss challenge because he'll lose more weight than all of us.
I just have a little bit of an advantage being heavier than everybody.
Yeah, but we can have a get shredded challenge. But that, I think that, then you're kind of kicked out.
Yeah.
My bad. But who is it? I think Travis, you suggested calorie. Was it running?
Yeah.
What was yours? What was your suggestion?
Calories.
I think it's calories burned.
I think calories burned.
I
So
think that's the only fair way.
the only fair.
Yeah.
The fairest way to do it. Yeah.
It's like the
It's calories.
evenest playing field, I think.
yeah, man. So I think it's going to be cool to. I need to push myself with other people, and I've always trained with other people in my whole, gym career. I worked out with other trainers. I worked out with my own trainer, and I know doing it collectively just makes it way more fun. So being able to come on here and like talk shit and compete, like and we talked about that on another podcast that we never used. Our competitive nature. Jesse is a savage, apparently.
I mean, we'll see.
I guess we'll see.
You know what I could tell you though is when I got this Chinese Fitbit in the mail, this like cheapo like one
The
from
boot-
Amazon.
the
Like I
bootleg.
put it on and I was like, bro, I'm about to go to the gym right now. You know what I mean? So like I got kind of excited, and I'm definitely looking forward to just like all like pushing ourselves. Yeah, losing. I don't care if I lose, bro. Honestly.
I don't want to lose.
I don't know, dude.
I don't want to lose. But you know who I'm concerned about? This motherfucker. He has a strong.
Well,
mind.
he's got a fucking gym and a fucking sauna and a fucking.
But
like,
he's a
everything
weird.
in his
He's a
fucking-
weirdly disciplined person. He's low key disciplined
Yeah.
in a weird way that is threatening a little bit.
Dude, I'm excited. Benny,
Yeah, but you
Benny
got,
knows
like-
he's gonna win. That's the thing is Benny already knows.
Benny's
he's gonna
done
win.
2 boxing classes, and now he's like, "Bro, I'm running hill." Yeah, every podcast gets less and less boxing. It started. He does 1 boxing class.
Benny's thought about going to boxing class and that.
Yeah, and
He's
Benny
watched boxing on TV.
Yeah, he's watching it on TV. He watched that fight. He was like, "Dude, you watched?" I'm like, "You've never watched a boxing match in your life." All of a sudden, he's watching boxing matches.
And this guy, dude, in the last month has gone once after that one podcast we did with Mike.
I looked
Murray,
really
dude.
good, though,
He
working
did
out. I
all
looked
those
great
one
working
things,
out.
dude. With like, he was curling like 25 pounds and was like, "This is sick, dude."
Dude, it's okay. But
No,
yeah,
I know I'm definitely not gonna come in last though.
I think I might. That's my
Wait,
concern.
we should like. Are we gonna put money in on this, bro?
We're gonna do a
Do
wager.
you want?
We
to?
probably shouldn't do fat money. I mean, I'm down.
No, I don't wanna do-
fat money.
Nothing
Take it
crazy.
easy.
savings.
But like $20,
Life savings.
20, 100.
Yeah, nothing
50?
crazy.
40.
40.
You want to do 40?
Let's make it a square number if you
Like
win.
50, dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
50.
25. You think 25? You'll win $100.
Okay. 25. You win $100.
Just first place gets it.
But last
Yes,
place
sir.
though.
Last place
though
has to do some
have
whack shit.
There's a
Needs a
punishment.
punishment.
Yeah, like naked mile or something.
Fuck.
Whoa.
that,
Whoa,
bro.
what the
Take it easy. Jesus, take it easy, Bukaki.
No, he wants to lose. He wants to.
Jesse's all about that dude beat shit.
Yeah,
dude.
bro. I'll fucking run around
Let's
naked.
his dick swing, bro.
Dude. No, so last place. What do we do though? Last place.
I don't know.
What is it? Is it something humiliating? Is it something
Nah,
like?
I think it's
what-
No, it doesn't have to be
something that should
humiliating.
be like lasting. I think it should be a month-long punishment.
Oh, whoa, dude.
Don't lose.
No phone.
no, that's
no phone for a
No.
month. For a
That's-
month.
That's embarrassing.
No social media, unless it's
Get out of
absolutely
town.
Dude, you have to
necessary.
post about this fucking podcast. Stop trying to
Yeah.
get out of it.
What do you? It has to be lasting because you have to not want to. I mean, one thing that's humiliating. Come on, I don't care. But
Yeah,
like,
just like
a
yeah,
month-
but
a
it's
month
supposed to
long-
be in fun in general. It's supposed to be
But
like
I think
a
there's
fun
a-
experience, not like oh now you're punished for like a fucking month.
I played
a long.
I played Truth or Dare with
You
him
win
before,
$100
and
or
he
you,
gets
like, punished for a month?
he gets really dark, dude. He takes it far, bro.
I'd like to see your browser history, dude.
What you want to see it right now?
We already know what's in there. It's all good. It's all
I
love.
think it should be like a month of just like maybe more working out if you lose.
Yeah, that's another
or
thing.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah, but how are we going to keep track of that?
The same way we're gonna keep track of it for the 1 month.
I don't know.
I think we just have to like film a video of doing something silly and putting it up on the channel or
That's
something. You know what I
so
mean?
boring.
I don't know. Let's talk about
I
it.
don't know
Let's
if
talk
that's
about
that boring though.
it. Let's
Oh,
Shave your eyebrows.
Ice bucket challenge.
Shave your eyebrows.
no.
That's
I'm
like
not
a month
shaving.
lasting.
Way worse.
You shave your eyebrows. That's like a month long lasting thing till they come back.
The only way I'm down is if you have to shave your eyebrows and pluck all your eyelashes.
Oh, that's.
Oh, that's savage, bro.
That just got really weird, dude.
Stop making it aggressive.
Imagine how much weirder you look.
I don't know, dude. Okay, so how about the more working out thing? We'll take time. We don't have to think about it today
Okay.
as we do the challenge.
When do you want to start? In
Okay,
July?
that was the next question. Pull up your Someone pull up your calendar. We can start in July. But I kind of want to start working out soon. I don't
Well,
want to wait.
let's start.
Prep up.
Yeah, you gotta get prepped because you don't want to go 0 to a fucking
not gonna-
100.
Okay.
You know.
You know what?
I'm not gonna prep. I'll hurt my back, dude. I'm gonna hurt my back. I'm gonna.
Travis Peters like flipping tires down.
He's the
street.
youngest motherfucker in this video.
No, I'm gonna hurt my back for sure, but I'm also not gonna lose.
So, okay, so yeah, someone pull out the calendar. Let's pick a time to start.
I don't know,
Or you want to do?
my phone's busy with the recording.
Do you want to do July 1st? We can just start on the 1st. And
Dude, maybe like an ice bath twice a week for a month. If you
okay,
lose.
I like that. I like if you
That
lose.
is awful.
If you lose
not.
or ice,
That's
how
so
do
good
we
for
do?
you.
How do we do an ice?
it's really
bath,
good for you.
though?
Or no, cold shower.
plunge, cold plunge, or even just hop out in the ocean.
Hop
No
out in the
wetsuit.
ocean twice a
I
week for a
did that
month.
fucking this weekend. What do you mean? It's like
You
what
did
I do
in
for
the
fun.
morning. How about
No, not in the morning. It was like in the middle of the day.
How's the beach? Is it nice now?
Oh yeah, dude, it was
I'm
fucking. dope,
going this
bro.
week. Let's go.
Sunday.
Do you want to
was
go
our-
tomorrow
Yeah,
in the morning?
yeah.
What time you?
Oh, this motherfucker's
Whatever,
trying to get you to
yo.
jump in the ocean.
You
at
gotta-
like
I'm not
5
jumping in
Do you have a client?
the. I have a
Let's
client
get
at
back
5
on
a.m.
top-
Oh,
let's get
sorry.
back on top
Get
of
out of here.
it.
This
Okay.
this
Fucking
podcast isn't gonna come out for another week. We're like making plans.
I got the calendar. So what? I mean, what do I need a calendar for?
yeah, like
Pull out a calendar. What day is July 1st? That's what.
July
the question.
1st is a Monday.
Perfect. Let's go. That's why we need a calendar.
That's perfect.
There we
Okay,
go.
so
perfect.
another
okay.
thing.
So we're all putting in $25.
$25.
Okay.
Winner wins $100.
We'll figure out the losing thing. We'll figure it
Losing.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna do everybody's diet. We're gonna.
Eric's gonna hook us up.
If we're gonna do it, we're gonna
out.
get
Get
shredded.
fucking Shred City, dude.
Yeah. So we're
About to be a fucking marble Greek fucking god statue, dude.
You're about to
Yeah.
get this shit.
I'm about
He's
to
already
make
like
about to get this smoke. He said, "Yo, what the? It's aggressive."
bruh. Anyways,
Wait. Hold on. I got a serious question though. Who do we think is like what place do we legitimately think everyone's coming in?
I think second.
I think second. Honestly,
We're all like second.
Nobody wants to say first.
I know. I really don't. I really.
dude, I'm gonna get first,
Benny,
bro.
just say you're gonna get first. We already fucking know.
I know I'm not gonna get first, but I
Well,
definitely know I'm not gonna get last.
Yes, you are,
Dude, I'm
yes,
not gonna
you
get
are.
I'm so happy to see who's getting last.
I am so not gonna get last.
No,
don't
for
care who
sure.
wins, I
I would
just care
literally
who
kill
loses.
myself.
Oh,
Promise?
Not literally, but like run. Like
I will literally.
Wait,
give
hold
myself-
on.
I'll like. I'll literally
Day
just run until I
29.
die.
No, you won't, dude.
Like last day, I'll literally just run to like fucking Mexico if I have to.
When's the last time you ran?
3 weeks ago.
Bullshit.
How far?
Not that far.
to my car. To my car.
Yo, fuck out of here. Yo, I'm the most like fucking in shape dude
You
sitting
are
here
right.
now.
Right now, you are.
Right now.
Right now, you are.
For right now.
Bro.
For another 2.5 weeks.
I'm about to do this shit for real though. I'm about to get jacked.
But so the only other thing is, I looked online about the accuracy of the
Okay, let's talk
thing.
about it.
So we
So I
gotta
think
get
we're gonna
with that.
have to do the across the breastplate thing.
Is that just Bluetooth to your phone?
This
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
No.
All right, where did you look them up? Did you
I
find them?
didn't find it.
All right.
We can talk about that off air, but I think
that's
that's
you.
the move.
We'll just get them on Amazon. on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife does it for Orange Theory. She has
Yeah.
the chest.
Yeah, my girl does it too.
I'm gonna buy a couple.
I think I might take spin classes and all that
Oh,
shit, bro.
we'll see.
I'm all.
see.
I'll take a spin
I'll
class with
spin,
you.
dude, spin
Hey,
hard.
So-
let's go.
So this is
Yeah, we'll see.
This is the only thing that this.
What do you
is
mean you'll see?
Yeah, we'll
I'll
see.
do a 6 a.m. spin
Well,
class with you.
calm down. This is the story that I'm telling myself is that I work like anywhere from 8 to 10 hours, and all you motherfuckers got mad free time to like just like do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Whatever.
You just said I'll run until I die.
Yeah.
I'm,
There you go, Big Papa.
I'm just voicing the story that I'm
Do
telling
you get
myself.
breaks?
Okay.
Do you get breaks?
You can bust out 50 push-ups right there, boy.
But what does that do for your calories?
A lot. I don't know. Ask Eric.
Well, what do you mean? What's the question?
During his lunch break, he could do like jumping jacks. Get a jump rope and do jump rope
Yeah.
during your lunch
can.
break.
Or run?
You don't have.
Yeah, let me run in my fucking work boots.
It doesn't
dog.
have to
I'm
be.
gonna sweaty.
You can just do. You can do hella push-ups, hella squats, hella sit-ups. That's why I have some people do, and do some sprints. You don't have to run very
Well,
far.
definitely do that after work, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of concerned that like while I'm working, you guys are just gonna be out fucking.
Yeah, that's
running
100% what I'm
Yeah.
gonna be doing.
Yep.
100%. You might come in last, motherfucker. Nah,
I will
dude.
not
I'm
let that happen.
No,
I'll
dude,
literally like murder all of you so I can get first place.
No, I'm really going to be in the gym all day. And honestly, I can't wait because that's how when I first started working out, I would work the Winfields. I would time myself climbing 80-foot towers. I would see how quick I can do it each day. So I would wake up, do that all day, get to the gym, run 3 miles, then then lift, then go home, eat, take a shower, go to bed, and do it all over. I did that for like 6 months.
We need to get more than one of the
Why?
waist of the heart rate trackers, calorie burners, because you burn so many calories throughout the day when you're not working out, dude. Like,
Yeah, you
I don't
do.
want to fucking let all these calories go to waste. I'm gonna be burning throughout the day because I'm gonna work out in the morning, so I burn way more calories throughout the day, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
continuously work out throughout the day
You got- gotta hit a goal early.
because this shit's not gonna have that good of a battery life. It's not gonna be 24-hour battery life.
I mean, I don't know shit
Yeah.
about this. So
Yeah.
okay,
I have no clue about those either.
okay.
Because I just don't want it to be like, oh, we wore it for one workout. Now it's basically see who can burn more calories throughout one workout. I want it to be see who can burn more calories throughout 30 days.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm burning calories when I'm working, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And if you work out in the morning, you'll burn more calories. You could be strategic with how you work out to burn more calories.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's do this.
So how are we
Fucking
gonna how
Figure
are
it
we
out.
gonna post them up? How are we gonna keep track of all?
Well,
that?
if-
Well, there's
What
the
are we
thing.
doing?
You
If
could
you
do
could-
apps and you could share.
Yeah, if you could sync it to your phone.
I really wish you guys would have just got Apple Watches, man.
I have one, bro. Let's go.
Because we can all have our
What did I
activity
just
shared.
tell you,
I
though?
can watch you.
Dude, we not all are trying to drop fat stacks.
Well, it's not
You can
even
get
about
one-
that. I
my
told
spot-
you that's not accurate. It's not
my
that accurate.
sponsee bought 4 of them. He's like, I can't stop spending money, bro. And he has 4 Apple Watches coming to his house.
See if he
I'm
wants
like,
to
yeah.
sell too.
I really should. I'll text him. He was like, dude, I don't. He's like, I bought 18 pairs of shoes. I'm like, yo, I was cracking up because I know exactly what he's
Yeah.
going through.
Dude, welcome to the
see if
game.
he'll sell too, bro.
Welcome
For sure.
to the game, son.
That's so funny.
No,
Anyway.
we need. Well, I definitely need the chest one because I can't
Yeah.
wear a watch with gloves or
Yeah.
wraps and stuff.
Yeah, because he's almost bare knuckling, but he's not at bare. He wears gloves.
true,
He
true.
wears gloves just to make sure his knuckles.
No, just so he doesn't
stays-
hurt people.
Exactly.
He's actually punching cement like in his spare time.
But Benny's he learns how to throw elbows now. He was
Oh.
doing pads with the elbows. I was like, damn, Benny, coming up.
Damn, Benny. So before
Eric would die. I know you would die.
before we take it out,
Whoever's holding the pads would die.
Yeah, dude, I can hit, bro. I can punch.
Can't hit shit.
He probably can't last long, but he could probably.
Dude, I'm
punch.
so fucking out of shape right now. It's terrible. That's why I'm excited for this shit.
I don't know if you think you could do like 2 rounds, 3 rounds. You think you could do 3 rounds?
I don't
you
think you
mean,
could.
dude?
I don't think
I
any
can't
of us
even
could.
do
None of
that,
us
bro.
could.
Benny,
I know what.
None of us.
I'm like,
I'd
dude,
knock your ass out the first round.
I'm sorry, I'm not fucking semi jacked like you are, dude.
Semi-jack. Okay, dude. This
But I could
it's all about love
definitely last
and
like 3
connectedness.
rounds. Yeah.
You think you could last 3?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
How long?
He's done it before with his coach. He pays. He
No.
pays. Yeah, he's like, of course you can do 3 rounds, Benny.
well, like 3 rounds, like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
Okay, move.
Believe.
Stand. 1, 2,
He's
3.
not. He's not doing 3 rounds of fighting.
like not like full on like yo, I'm about to like kill you, dude.
You.
No.
Man,
I don't think you can make it through 1 round.
I would be
bro.
gassed like immediately.
Dude, I would.
My cardio fucking sucks. I know. That's why I'm excited to
because
do this.
you like bodybuilder dudes.
I'm a bodybuilder.
Your guys' cardio is just to lift weights faster. That's your cardio.
Yeah, but dude, I'm excited to run. I want to, and I like to jump rope. It's just my game plan is burn 1,000 calories before I leave the gym in the morning. So that means I'm gonna lift in the gym, do 20 minutes of cardio, burn my 1,000 there, and then go home, start the day, and then jump rope throughout the day, run throughout the day, and then go back to the gym and burn another 500 or 600. That's my
How
goal.
many miles do you think a day?
My goal will be to run 4 miles a day.
You want to do a half marathon by the end?
How about the
That's
loser
a,
has to do
that's a
half
white
marathon?
people thing, dude.
No,
To run 13 miles?
honestly, that sounds dope. I don't want to. I can't say I'm gonna do it. I can't say I'm gonna do it. But I will say that I will train. This will be the beginning parts of training for a half marathon at some point this summer.
Perfect.
I can say that. How about we all commit to trying to do a half marathon together?
Nope.
We'll figure it out. But
Then you could last 4 rounds, bro.
I don't care if I last 12. I'm not
All right,
running
Benny.
a half marathon.
So before we wrap up this podcast, we're bringing in new things, right? So we're doing the intention, and then we're doing call to action. So
Yes, sir.
I'll do my part. So I was thinking about it a little bit before the podcast, and my intention for this week is abundance. And why that applies to me personally is, I'm finally becoming. I'm starting to get comfortable with money again. I opened up a savings account. I'm stashing money aside. I'm really thinking about like money in a different way. I used to have a really bad relationship with money, and that's what had me have all these like negative self-talk conversations about like spending money on myself. So abundance for me for this week is like just like letting it flow, like comes in, goes out. I want to enjoy myself. I want to, spend some money on myself. I want to like be just abundant with my money. Like if we're going out, I want to have a good time.
Dude.
I don't want to like
penny pinch
and shit.
Dude, I'm a little too much in that space. I'm a little too much in that. Because I do understand that money comes in and out. It really does. And even the most successful people made a ton of money, went broke, and you make a ton of money again. And I don't want it to be, I never want like money to stop me from like, hey, babe, if I want to go to dinner with my family, like I don't ever want it to be like we can't afford to go to dinner. If we choose not to go to dinner, if I want to hang out with my friends, I never want it to be like penny pinching, like, oh, I can't. No, let's just go, man. I'd rather spend the money and the time and the experience, But I need to tighten up on the other way. I need to be more.
Well, and abundance isn't just about money, I was thinking about the money thing because it's something that, I've been working on is my finances and stuff and getting my credit up and doing all these things. But now I'm just kind of like in a place of like, now that I have it, I'm like holding on to it. And I think that's the idea of the abundance is like when I have good things, not holding on to it tightly, but like spreading the wealth, just like letting it flow.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with intention.
That's awesome.
So I hope you guys want to set an intention. Also, whoever's listening. Is there anybody listening?
No, dude, I think it's good to pass off who wants to do the intention. I think that's a great intention.
I think each week.
Because you might give an intention that I didn't know that I need. So I think that's really good for me.
So this week, are we doing screen time?
Yeah, I think screen time would be a good one.
Okay.
And what do you guys think? Do you think half?
I want
do you think 2 hours a day?
I want to cut my screen time in half.
Well, okay. I think it's measured by, I think half.
I want to cut mine in half.
What are you at per day?
5 hours. 5 hours and 30 minutes.
5 hours. I'm about the same.
Damn. He's about the same.
I'm willing to cut mine to 5. I mean, excuse me, to 2.
Yeah, I want to cut mine to 2.
2 or less.
I want to cut mine to 2.
Mine's at like 2 hours.
Benny actually wants me to control his Instagram. That's how little he gives a fuck about it.
So 1 hour a day?
1 hour a day.
Yeah, that's easy. At like before like we really started hitting this and all that, I was only at a half hour a day.
Dude, and that's so important. Like because mine was 29 hours in this week, 28 or 29 hours this week.
That's a full day.
That is
more than a full day.
Yeah, it's a full day.
Dude, imagine if I would have done something productive.
I
could have got so much done.
I already started earlier this week. Actually, no, last week. I shut off all the notifications on my phone. So I set a time and there's a time I want to either post on social media or check social media. A time in the morning. There's a time each day I'm going to check emails, but I don't want to be getting blasted with emails and DMs and notifications from social media, text messages, phone calls, cool. But all the other shit, the other noise, I want to discipline my time.
Well, what happens is you get a notification on Instagram.
It's a rabbit hole.
And then you're in it.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And then one other thing before we hop off here, I think would be really cool. The topic we got today was thrown in by someone who listens, and I think that's great because it's fantastic. We get to talk about what everyone wants to hear about. We get to talk about things we didn't know we wanted to talk about. So I think it'd be really cool if throw it in the review, your topic, comment on a post, do whatever, and tell us things that we could talk about.
We'll actually set up an email. We'll set up an email account. Other podcasts do that as well. We can set up an email account. We could even put a phone number and do voicemails. So we'll talk about that after this podcast, see how we want to interact and engage with people, because that That would be chill. And it may not be so much in the beginning, but to have this is cooperative, and because that's one thing people say. They say it's like they're sitting in here with us, and I want people to continue to feel like this is just people talking. This is nothing like orchestrate, just so however we can include people in that.
Tell us what you want to hear about.
Yeah.
And like and subscribe, dude.
Like and subscribe. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna plug some nonsense. So we have Hearts and Minds Collective is back up. We're posting every Monday. Look up Hearts and Minds Collective on iTunes and Spotify. Like and subscribe there. Those the audio of that will also go up on YouTube if you're not on the podcast game. The audio will go up on YouTube. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel where all these videos are posted every Friday or Saturday. That's Big Mood TV. Also, like Instagram. Hearts over pod is the Instagram. My Instagram is Eric_Big Mood Coach. Get that 7 steps to setting intention for your health, wellness, and mindset. Bars.
Pretty cool book.
What else?
Big Mood.
That's everything.
You can follow us if you're interested in what we do and what who we are, and get to know us better too. My Instagram is @TortillaScientist. Jesse?
Yeah, this is Jesse speaking, if you don't already know. Follow me at Lil_Crown. Lil is 2 eyes. 2 eyes in the Lil.
I'm curious, where did that come from?
So I made a story. And I was doing some stories, and I put the crown emoji, but like made it really fucking small. And I thought it was really funny. So, and then someone was like, "Yo, little crown." I was like, "Yo,
I saw that.
Like, this is my thing."
He puts a little crown.
Like a tiny little crown.
Yeah, mine's Travis_Hogue.
He's not gonna check, so don't even.
Dude, I spend 29 hours on my phone.
he's checking, and that's the interesting thing. He spends that much time on his phone and doesn't answer fucking text messages. What are you doing, dude?
I texted you to see if you wanted to go fishing next weekend, and you said, "Fuck your couch, son."
Dude.
Yeah. I was like, first of all, I'm offering.
I wonder what that's about.
Hold on. I'm offering to show you how to fish for saltwater bass.
Shut the fuck up.
Which is like Eric offering to like get you shredded, and you just were like, "Nah, fuck that, dude."
Wait, I want to do it. Why come you didn't offer it to me?
Because you don't have a fishing license.
You don't have a fish. Get the fuck out of here.
Let's.
Don't
Literally
make it seem
been
like
on
everybody has a
fishing one time in 3 years.
Okay,
Why would I have a
so
license?
All right,
that's
don't
us.
get him
Follow
fucking
us,
started.
like, subscribe, and
Love you guys.
we appreciate you guys listening.
Later.
Later.
We out.
Out. Bleh.